A hunger strike continues inside Geo Group's Delaney Hall Detention Center for Immigrants from the Wrong Countries in Newark, New Jersey. The border czar said the inmates were demanding their own ethnic food rather than protesting worms in their non-ethnic food. He didn't mention the worms, however, since that would be like saying President Trump is bad. "60 Minutes may be an hour, but it's not ours anymore." New CBS chief Bari Israel Weiss is firing left and right on all sinisters. She particularly disliked a segment on Salvadoran prisons, which she eventually allowed to air with a rebuttal from King Donald. Freedom of the press, it turns out, belongs to whoever owns one. And the king. Israel, ever an enemy of boycotts, is boycotting the UN Secretary General for noting Israel's sexual abuse of Palestinian detainees. The apartheid state recently dropped a case against 5 soldiers charged with brutalizing a detainee, citing problems with the evidence. It just took too long to sift through. A military legal officer resigned after helping to spring a leak of surveillance footage of the abuse, which it turns out was faked by Hamas and JVP. In a productive, if not perfect, phone call, Prez mob boss has informed brother mob boss Netanyahu in colorful language that everyone hates Israel, called him fucking crazy, and told him they should knock it the fuck off. He is understandably peeved as Israel's destruction of Lebanon has caused Iran to balk at talks, shutting down an escape hatch for the Trump-Bibi failing war that threatens to destroy the world economy, and perhaps even the Republican Party.
Everyone tells me it's unpopular, but I think it's very popular.
The Trump bump gets sycophants elected, but it can also bump people off social services, especially if they're immigrants, or used to be. These backbone of the nation folks are being denied jobs, health care, banking, tax credits, and daycare in an attempt to drive them out of the country that destroyed their country of origin, more or less. Look it up. This slice and dice is the new ice, freezing people out, and is captained by one Stephen Miller, who says many of them are a threat to American prosperity and identity. Prosperity? False. Threat to American identity? Good for them. White Palace flack Abigail Jackson explained that immigration policy, quote, will always be doing what's best for the American people. Yes, offering them free stupid lessons with extra credit for innovations in hate. Many of the targets of this policy are refugees, and they will now add to their resume the title of refugee from the USA. And many of the families have spouses with different statuses, so some of them will need to re-spouse themselves. All this raises 2 questions. Is it legal? And are they ruining the lives of the wrong immigrants? Should they perhaps deport the immigrants who came here before the current pogrom and are now billionistas who rule over the rest of us? Let us pause for a moment to commemorate this ongoing democracide. Two judges struck down 2 Trump crimes in one day. They may have to go to 7 judges to parry the magical mystery tour of Trumpian autocratic thrusts. This week's Fuck You Emperor decisions start off with stopping the thug-in-chief from slapping his trumped-up name on the Kennedy Center, and from shutting the center down for 2 years. The gist of the ruling is, you can't just take things that belong to other people, you fucking 2-year-old. In response to the ruling, President Baby threatened to abandon the project. Look for an upcoming ruling preventing him in advance from issuing executive orders that violate the Constitution. Also, from appointing partisans to replace experts in government, museums, and scientific institutes. And then, wait for the tantrum pout to begin. In an even more outlandish case, the judge who closed Pres Trump's lawsuit against himself, DBA the IRS, reopened it, calling into question the legality of the $1.8 billion slush fund created in the settlement. The Trump heist would benefit convicted Jan 6 felons and had already been temporarily blocked by yet another judge. Other opponents of it include radical left Republicans, a new grouping eligible for imprisonment or deportation. But Trump looks to be tacoing on this burglary. Not to worry, Heist Man still has plenty of other scams going. At the risk of copyright violation, they can only bad happen.
I think ultimately the question you have to ask yourself is, are you better off today than other people?
Thanks to implementation of new censor guidelines at the Trumpsonian museums that eliminate many descriptive signs or wall texts from displayed artworks, we can now learn many new fun facts, including that Trump was never impeached, Palestine was never existing, Jackie Cazares was never killed in a school shooting, and black people have never been misidentified by facial recognition. Conservatives say the wall texts have presented only progressive views, omitting those of the Klan and its associated organizations like Project 2025. Progressives, says an admin spoke, quote, are trying to indoctrinate people about U.S. history. And that's our job.